welcome to Gamer Life. On today's episode, I'm going to be doing a quick review of Forbidden Island. Forbidden Island is a co-op game for 2 to 4 players that takes about 30 to 45 minutes to play. So let's take a look. So here is Forbidden Island. In Forbidden Island, players are explorers that are trying to get the 4 treasures off the island before it sinks. To start, players will randomly place the game board like I've done so. They will draw 6 cards from the island deck. Each card represents an island piece. Those tiles will be then turned face over. Tile has 2 sides, the colored side and the grayed out side. The grayed out side means that tile is sinking. After that, give all players 2 treasure cards. Everybody will either choose or randomly deal out one of the 6 special cards, 6 special character cards, and you then set the water level based on how hard you want the game. You can have the easy one, which is novice, normal, elite, or legendary. So we'll just set it at normal for now. After that, players will then go through and take their actions. A player has 3 actions on their turn. One action is to move from one adjacent space to another. They can move. Adjacent is any orthogonal space. They cannot move diagonally unless they have the explorer. He can move diagonally. They can shore up the tile that they're on or adjacent to. What shoring up does is just turn the tile face up from the grayed out side to the color side. If they're on the same spot with another explorer, they can trade treasure cards to that explorer. It takes 1 action per card. Also, if they're on a treasure tile and they have 4 cards of that specific treasure, they can turn those 4 cards in and claim the treasure. To win, all treasure has to be claimed. All players have to meet back at Fool's Landing, and they must play the helicopter lift. Once they do that, they win the game. They lose the game if one of the treasure tiles that they need has sunk. There are 2 tiles for each of the treasure. If that sinks before they claim the treasure, game over. If a player is on a tile and it sinks and they cannot swim to another tile, so for example, if this tile here was to sink and these 2 characters are on here, they cannot swim to another tile, they would lose. Also, if Fool's Landing ever sinks, they cannot get off the island and they would also lose. After players take the turn, they would draw island tiles equal to the current flood level. And then they would draw they would draw 2 treasure cards, then they draw island tiles. Now inside the treasure deck there is water rises. What that does, it means that that island is sinking and at a rapid rate. So what that does is it increases the current water level to the next, and if it goes to the next step, players will now draw 3 cards from the island deck at the end of the turn. But before they do that, they would shuffle the discard back on top of the island deck and start drawing those cards. And that's how tiles gets removed from the game. If a tile gets removed from the game, that card also gets removed with it. I enjoy this game. It's a fairly light, simple, almost a filler co-op game. This is the gateway co-op game that I like to introduce to new players. Even more so than Pandemic. Even though Pandemic itself is fairly simple, I find this game to be even simpler, especially for younger kids. The pieces in this game are beautiful. The fire looks amazing. The Holy Grail cup is beautiful. The lion with the wings is also amazing pieces. The tin box it comes in, it's a tin box, what you gonna do? But overall, I enjoy this game. I recommend this game for anybody who's looking for a light filler co-op almost. If you're looking for something with a little bit more meat, you may want to look elsewhere. So that wraps up my review of Forbidden Island. Thanks for watching, and remember, I believe there's a game for everyone. Thank you.